Alright, friends, I am in here. My name is Thomas Green. You can find me on Twitter at NotThatTomGreen, and I believe we are rocking and rolling with an episode of Tom Struggles to Play World Championship Wrestling, featuring the famous Dick Invite from its Silly City in Philadelphia here in the logo. Welcome to everybody here in the chat room. I'm not going to let that stupid song play again. So you guys, all of you jerks on Twitter and Facebook voted to get this game played here on the live stream, because you know you wanted to see me struggle at it, you know you wanted to see me get mad, and that's what I'm going to do. Here tonight, I'm going to get very mad at this game. I have practiced to see if I can suck a little less, and it turns out I suck a whole lot. And I'm going to suck a whole lot more as we keep going, because this game is impossible to play. So thank you very much to Adam Luce, Dave, Soulstorm64, and everyone else in the chat watching the live stream. Thank you all so much for joining us here on this lovely Tuesday evening. I'm going to try to play for around 45 minutes to an hour. No promises though. Apologies for the tech delay. YouTube set the video to public, and YouTube decided to we're gonna make it a private stream because apparently they didn't want anyone to see this either. We were having tech issues. I had tried to play with Mike Rotunda because all of you had said, "Oh, he's so good, he's awesome, he's got a cool move that beats everybody." Well, guess what? It didn't work. I tried like 3 matches, it didn't work. So I'm not trying as him. Let's see, who should I'm gonna try as Eddie Gilbert, because Eddie Gilbert is cool, and he's dead. Not that he's dead, that's not why I'm picking him, but he's cool. Thank you to A-Bomb1980 in the chat for letting me know that it is tough to be good at this game. Let me know that it's okay. I'm going to give him a pile driver, a guillotine drop, one hand back ready if it's strong, and an atomic drop. Break that booty.
Right.
Referee Mills Lane starts this pugilist boxing match from the 1980s. Sonic Skin one in the chat is Michael Hayes, wearing what I believe to be his Jerry Lawler Halloween costume. Michael Hayes and his infamous clothesline, Mickey Lariat, turned into the Incredible Hulk. Lovely effect. For some reason, the guy selling this game wore sunglasses. Seriously, Michael Hayes with the jumping and no keeping dirty. What am I doing? I'm not fighting Michael Hayes here. I'm fighting Tomohiro Ishii in a wig. Just run. You gotta do run. Seriously, what is up with Michael Hayes and insecurity? Like, how is this sneaking game? Like, there's not like... Seriously, I'm pressing the same buttons that the computer is. Like, this might end up being one of those streams that you all laugh on the internet because the stream like is matched from crying. Like, you move! Make another move! Michael Hayes pushes me off like he's Giant Gonzalez or something. But I'm proud of the fact that I just did a move. Seriously. Michael Hayes is the worst.
One,
No.
2,
2.9. Oh my goodness, it's like Fire Pro.
rope.
I'm in the ropes. There we go. Save me. And the attack Zilla of the Austin actually looks like
One,
it's model
two.
Andre the Giant. Because the original game Andre the Giant was
One,
the lead villain.
2,
Alright, the game sound is drowning me out on baseball. After this match, I will turn it down a bit. Alright, let me know if that is better. Can you hear me better, Heckzilla? Please let me know.
I give up.
Eddie Gilbert lost his arms as Michael Hayes does his famous "yeah" pose. Solid joke in the chat from Jacob Mertz. It would be cool if Mike Rotunda was able to use a Game Boy printer to figure out how to beat his opponent. You know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try as Eddie Gilbert once again. I'm going to boost the mic audio, see if that helps any. And let me know in the chat if you can hear me any better. And thanks all of you for coming in, bearing the brunt of the tech issues earlier, as we coming in extremely low on the mic, I'm being told. Right, being thrown outside the ring, turning up the mic, as there was a wrench. I just got hit by a wrench. What? As we are kickboxing on the floor now. Kickboxing on the floor. Thank you, A-Bomb. Much more hearable. I am much more hearable now. Oh, wait. Let me in. There we go. One of those famous New Japan G1 19 counts. Told I am being able... You're able to hear me better. Better. There we go. As now I'm running as if I am making fun of professional wrestling, is Eddie Gilbert. A pile driver. Ooh. See, that's a move Michael Hayes would do. We both started running, and Michael Hayes kind of disappeared for a second, as he is ought to do in professional wrestling locker rooms, especially when the Devil's Powder comes into play. He took a knee, body slam, and a leg drop. I did it again. One. I got a 1 count. I consider this a victory. I have defeated the game as far as I'm concerned. 5-minute time limit, because we are apparently being booked by Vince Russo. What was double down? Have to make the game a little dramatic in some way. Get up. Oh, 2.9. These two know to work. They're getting something out of this crappy match. Come on. Oh, another 2.9. And a suplex. 1. No. Gosh darn it. I'm switching characters. Yeah. Michael Hayes and his giant breasts. Even in the video game, WCW couldn't sell out. Oh my goodness. So while I'm restarting the game, hoping this was working out for y'all as a night, Wednesday night. Figure it's a popular wrestling night online, NXT, and not having like any of the big shows. If you have better suggestions, let me know. But I think this is what we're gonna stick out from now on. I don't have a password. I'll try Mike Rotunda again since everyone's on my butt about it. Also, if y'all have any suggestions about sign-on greetings, I was thinking, hey, suck it, or yo and hello. I believe I heard that on MTV Raps once. If anyone has any better ideas, let me know. I'm going to give Mike Rotunda the bulldogging headlock. That is apparently a maneuver that video game masters across the world think wrestlers do. My old pal Dave in the chat room just typed the word wrecked, R-E-K-T. I believe it is is that a skateboarder thing? Something that the kids with the cool spiky hair do? Alright, pugilist fight. Apparently everybody on my team wears yellow tights. It's like there's a home and an away team here in WCW. Throw kicks. Here we go. So, come on. Pile driver. Boom! Did a pile driver. Sweet. Oh. I'm doing more kicks. So maybe you all are right. Maybe Mike Rotunda is better. Ahoy hoy! Solid greeting suggestion from ABomb1980 in the chat room. And that is a good question. Do people still skateboard? Actually, I almost hit a kid with a car a few weeks ago who was skateboarding over by my house. Not on purpose, I swear. Seriously, what is up with Michael Hayes' K1 Kickboxer? Ah, my good pal Big Sue Jackson, the uncle to my sons, in the chat room. Everyone say hi to Big Sue, Uncle James. What is going on? Michael Hayes would not take that bump. Get up, Mike Rotunda. Oh, 19 again, another one of those New Japan finishes. Are y'all watching the G1? See, Joe didn't... Okay, so Jacob in the chat, I wanted to So Joe did not use How's It Going, Everyone for his quiz show. But that's still Joe's. The patent's still legal. Oh, 2.9. I get to do another move! I'm just gonna try a pin for poops and giggles. What I'm doing... Oh... Get up, Mike. Oh, 2.9. See, I'm kicking. Yes, Kevin H. In the chat, this game is for the NES. And I'm kicking. I'm doing the kicking that everyone says to do because the reach is longer. And I'm just gonna press kick. Yeah. See, that never stops amusing me to no end. That's not even a saying. Tell Katso I said hi, James. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna do a pile driver. I'm gonna do a back drop. Do a neck breaker drop, which is just a neck breaker, I believe. And a brain buster. Has anyone ever had their brain busted by a brain buster? Has anyone ever been murdered by a brain buster? I say no. Also, has anyone ever died in a death match? Actually, I think people have died in death matches. I'm back in the ring first. Aha, I'm better at getting back in the ring than Michael Hayes. Throwing kicks. Low kicks. Oh, I got him. Wanna do a move. Alright, Hexzilla with a good tip that the kicking will not work when I'm up close after getting up. Yes. Another good point from the chat room. Michael PSA says, in fact, doing all over my ass. Yeah, Yuji Nagata not doing very well in the G1 right now. See, it'd be pretty sweet if they had the Toru Yano option of just handing a guy a DVD full of powder. Seriously, this is Necro Butcher Samoa Joe level striking here on the floor. Michael Hayes just keeps slapping me. There we go. The camera is shaking as if I'm the Shield beating up Ryback, apparently. And he just gets to pick me up for a pile driver. Makes no sense. I have to knock him down to do anything. No. Oh. Low kicks. Can I kick him in the balls? Michael Hayes with a butterfly suplex as if he ever did moves in his life. Oh, 2 point. I think I just got finished. 1, 2. I literally think the stream is just going to be you all watching me lose to Michael Hayes with various wrestlers. What? What's happened? What? What was that? Is Michael Hayes' finisher drugs? And what was that count? 1, 2, 3. Like, did the referee go doot in his pants? I'm not playing as Mike Rotunda again. You're all a bunch of liars. Championship Wrestling. Pony Kid sounds like an old Kevin Nash name. I'm gonna try a tag team match. Just to see the computer play as somebody else that's not Michael Hayes. H Warrior and A Warrior. That should have been Hawk Warrior and Animal Warrior. Should have been their names. Not Road Warrior Hawk. Right, I'm apparently playing as some fucked up form of the Varsity Club. Power lift. Can anyone in the chat tell me what the heck the power lift is? Does he just like pick up 500 pounds on a bar? Brainbuster and one hand backbreaker, because actually I believe Animal could do that if he really wanted to. Even Hawk, even Road Warrior Hawk looks like a pansy. I mean that in the nicest way possible, wearing these trunks. And Ric Flair too. What is going on? Also, why is Hawk's hair flying around as if it's long? I just... Alright, CK Wolf Ace in the chat room. The great question, what is your favorite 80s WCW memory? What the hell? What I assume is like a member of Demolition just flew into the ring. Anyway, what is my favorite WCW 80s memory? It's hard because like all of 1989 is awesome. Like, it's seriously, like, it didn't draw at all. Like, their business was horrible, but 1989 was the best year in the history of WCW. Or at least the Turner-owned WCW. I would have to go... crud. Actually, I'd go with an angle from 88 that led in kind of into 89, except that Dennis Condrey quit the company, that being the original Midnight Express versus the Midnight Express. Because the original angle where the original Midnight Express just walked in from the AWA straight onto WCW back when like the internet didn't exist, and that audience like just lost their crap. But they knew because the AWA was on ESPN. Good, yeah, Ric Flair, have ring awareness. I thought Ric Flair was gonna do a code breaker. No. Like, it's a great angle for shock value. And what's Dr. Death doing in the ring? I forgot this was a tag team match. No. 2. Oh, I lost. But no, like, and a good point, Hexala. All the good 80s games in wrestling-wise were the generic ones. But no, the original Midnights versus the Midnights. The first angle was great. In that. I mean, it was gruesome, but also had that shock value that a lot of angles didn't. Oh my! Apparently, we're in the G1. Sweet. We're just, yeah. So, anyway, and apparently, King of Sicily in the chat room. I'm interpreting that comment as if he wants to lose his virginity to whatever the heck we're doing right now with this game. So, congratulations, King of Sicily. I gotta fight Michael Hayes again. Ugh. I don't know, I'm gonna throw this out to the chat. What's your guys' favorite like WCW memories in general? WCW gets so much crap, somewhat warranted, but there's a lot of cool stuff too. Definitely not this game. Every single person who tweeted me or told me, hey, this game is fun, is a liar. It's fun if you like to lose at kickboxing. And that is about it. Michael Hayes with the shoot headbutts. As if he's at a bar and someone just shouted at him, "Hey, wrestling's fake." And now we're both wearing blue tights, as if we're on the same team. Can I tag him? Oh, I touched him! I did not tag him, I touched him. How much different would tag team wrestling be if it was touch team wrestling? I kind of want to make that a thing now. Touch team wrestling. Also, it's bullshit that the Road Warriors are selling pile drivers in this game. Oh, out the ring I go. And which wrestling promotion, WCW, wherever, oh, body slam on the floor, and a leg drop. Which promotion ran with the green floors? Oh. Now Michael Hayes has a wrench. Seriously, how is that... A, why is that fan allowed in the building with a wrench? And B, why are they throwing it in... I had a point, but I just saw Sam Haffiker in the chat make me feel really old by saying he was 3 years old in 1998. I believe I had just grown my first pube around then, so... And yes, this game doesn't have war games. It barely has tag team wrestling. Hello to Scottish Misfit in the chat. He said, "Sup, everybody." I think that includes me. Off the ropes. And a big drop kick. Seriously, Michael Hayes can go fuck himself. Like, and he's not even being racist right now. And Rick Steiner in the ring. I made the joke last week that these guys all look as if they are in the game last week, at least, they all looked as if they were that episode of Saved by the Bell where AC Slater had to ballet dance before to get Jesse's affection back. What the? Oh, I'm choking him to death. Murder. Wed again. They're just throwing people in the ring. And I'm being thrown out of the ring. What is going on here? Oh, I just did a thing I didn't know how to do. Shoulder block, maybe? And good point from Andy Brunwow, I believe is how you pronounce it in the chat. It is WCW, so it is in fact an international object. And Richard Hanley, who I almost pronounced his last name as if it was something much different. Terry Funk giving Ric Flair the pile driver was a pretty crazy moment again in 1989. Actually got that VHS tape in a raffle in an independent show like 10 years later. Ironically, same independent show where I might have seen Ricky Morton doing inappropriate things with a classmate of mine, and let's just say... I'm not going to give her age out, but let's say I was around 12 or 13. So, anyway. Shut up, Michael Hayes. Good memory, Richard. And yes, fuck you, Uncle James. I'm sorry if Kat's listening. I hope you're wearing earbuds. But yes, I was about 3 years old when this game came out. But seriously, 1998, someone's saying they're 3. What do these symbols mean? Like, the ring bells are losses and I don't know. And Slack X, or Slax, or Slacks, or whatever you pronounce that, does have a good point. Steiner should have been DQ'd twice for throwing me over the top rope. Thank you very much for bringing that up in the chat, that in fact the NWA had that stupid rule. that pretty much if you did anything by Battle Royal rules in the company, you got DQ'd. I'm just picking moves at random because I know I'm not going to win. Voight, as the referee hugs himself like Ranger Roy from that episode of Full House where we all learned about boundary issues. And why is Eddie Gilbert picking up Road Warrior Huck like that? Oh, yes. Magic Body. Give him Sister Abigail. This game barely has a body slam, King of Sicily. Alright, so ring bells are losses, V's are wins, handshakes are draws. That is the hard and what? Stanley Bucks and Shroot Nichols and God, this game is unnecessarily complicated, but WCW, everybody, to quote my near dear friend David Bix and Span, killer of Hulkamania, at David Bix on Twitter. The crowd does look like Dr. Mario, which is a bitchin' game. Much better game than this. So I'm going to throw out in the chat, because we've got about 35 minutes or so left until I'm just going to pull all my hair out and stop the stream. What should I put up in the poll for next week? Keep in mind, keep it to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis games. Anything more, and I don't know if I'll be able to stream it. Oh, and again, I feel like I'm on drugs playing this game. But keep it this Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis games, because I don't know if my computer's strong enough to stream anything else. I tried to stream Fire Pro World the other day, and it did not go very well. So, I tried to do it in an unannounced private stream, and it looked hideous. So I don't think I will be. I don't think my computer's really able to handle a whole lot else other than the 8 and 16-bit games. So if you have any suggestions of what I should put in the poll for you all to vote on Twitter this coming week, throw it out in the chat, and I'll throw it out there. I have a couple of ideas, but I want to get your feedback too, because you are the ones actually coming into the chat live, so I feel as if you all deserve first pick at anything that I do next week. 1, 2. Seriously, the Road Warriors. It's like I'm playing as the Mulkeys, not the Road Warriors. Royal Rumble, good suggestion by Uncle James. Oh, fuck this game. Hi, the King of Jobbers, the kid. He said, hey, Tom, so I'm saying hey back. Saturday Night Slam Masters is a good suggestion. I actually am very interested in doing that, because that's a game I can play. So Royal Rumble, Saturday Night Slam Masters, anything else in the chat anybody wants to suggest for next week's stream, I am totally down. Ricky Steamboat and Kevin Sullivan, the angel and the devil, quite literally. Powerlift, Boston Crab. Okay, can someone tell me why the Boston Crab is called the Boston Crab? I've literally been watching wrestling since I was about 2.5 years old, and no, I don't think anybody's ever explained it. I just accidentally tagged. Tecmo World Wrestling, suggested by Slacks. It's not a bad game at all. Actually, I remember from when we played it on the Funtime arcade, it's actually quite the decent game. So that's another one. Wrestling Empire for the PC, I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I know of the M. Dickey games. But again, I don't know if it'll stream super well, because I don't have like a super powerful computer to stream this stuff from. I'm surprised it's holding up during this stream, quite frankly. So there you go. Kevin Sullivan with the Gaia Girls dropkick. If you've not seen Gaia Girls, I recommend it. Come back to me when you've seen the dropkick, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. All time, all my life. So, interesting note from Richard Hanley in the chat room. Doom was all over the promotion of this game but was not in the game, whereas the Road Warriors were in the game and on the cover, but not in the company. What? Kevin Sullivan gets to apparently do some DDP yoga on my butt. Yep, I lost. Another good suggestion in the chat room of All Japan Pro Wrestling for the Super Nintendo by Patrick Mannion. I believe that's how you pronounce your last name. If it's not, please correct me in the chat. That's a good suggestion. I will throw all of these out in the chat next week. I've got an idea for a poll one week, but I'm going to keep it to myself until we just don't have suggestions. Of doing a week where it's like all the suggestions for the game to be streamed are like kind of sort of wrestling games, but not really. Like other games, but with like wrestlers as characters, or like Wrestling Connection, like American Gladiators. I think would be a fun stream, because that's also an impossible game to play. What the hell did Mike Rotunda just do? And what am I doing? Ah. Mike Rotunda to me is the most fascinating wrestler, because he just did not look like a wrestler at all. He looked like a guy who happened to be like 6'2". I'm just gonna run, and I'm tired. I got blown up. This is Fire Pro. Alright, suggestion from the chat. Power Move Pro Wrestling for the PlayStation. I don't know if my computer can handle PlayStation games. I might test it here. Like privately and see for the future, but probably not next week. Sorry about that, Kurt James in the chat. Also, I want to throw out, if anybody in the chat knows anything about like streaming games, I might set up a Twitch channel to do like a dual stream. Because I've been told that like more people watch this stuff on Twitch. However, we have like 7,500 subscribers on here, so I figured this was a good place to start. Yes, knee life. Mike Rotunda with the shoot headbutt. The James Reeves clothesline gimmick. Man alive. I wish the rest of you in the chat understood what Big Sue Jackson just put in there, because man alive, that's my favorite thing. That is the most dramatic Bulldog I've ever seen. Apparently we are in all sorts of different places in the stream, because I just got a comment about being bashed in the head with a wrench. And again, I'm blown up, brother. Pile driver. So what is up? Yep, Mike Rotunda. Ring awareness. Alright, so hybrid wrestler. Also by Technos, a sequel to Tecmo World Wrestling. That is interesting. That is interesting. I might have to check that out, Patrick. Cover. No. That was probably really obnoxious. But this game in general is extremely obnoxious. Welcome to D Romano 1977 in the chat, who used to love this game. I don't know why. I'm having fun doing the stream, but I am not having fun playing and losing and not knowing what I'm doing. Congratulations, by the way, to Kevin Sullivan and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat for, what I can tell, apparently going undefeated in this round robin tag team tournament. I don't want to do that again. If you'll forgive me, I'm going to restart the game because I don't want to play another freaking tag team match. Championship wrestling with that giant boner. Like, seriously. And yes, Hackzilla is correct. If you can't tell, there's a very long lag between what I'm saying and when you're hearing it. But I can still see your chats in real time. So I'm sure it's very awkward out there in America. going to try Ricky Steamboat with his jazz fingers. Alright. Okay, so how do you put Ricky Steamboat in a video game and not give him an arm drag? Like... Again, if you just came in, we are taking suggestions for next week's game. We've had Saturday Night Slam Masters, Royal Rumble, Tecmo World Wrestling, anything else y'all want to throw out. Please give me a good game to play next week. I promise the stream will be so much more fun if I'm playing a good game, because then I can... I just pinned him. Why? But yeah, the stream will be so much more fun if I'm playing a game that I actually know how to play. Oh. Double down on the floor, brother. Oh. And again with that ridiculous bump over the top rope. To the floor. Kick. We all doing the kick. They couldn't get the tights right in this game, but yeah, they got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's headband. So, way to go. Searching for Renoa, I believe is how you pronounce that. Yes, WCW Super Bowl, horrible game, but the best select straight screen in the history of wrestling video games. And good point, Max Impact. This maybe would be fun if the only game mode wasn't extremely hard. Another vote for Super Brawl in the chat. Y'all want to kill me, don't you? Oh. Brad Brains wishing Joe Gagne good luck. I will pass the word along. What is going on? I have passed the software along to Joe Gagne, and he has mentioned he has some interest in maybe doing something like this in the future, but it's got to come along with free time, which would take away from him being able to put together materials and write episodes of the main Funtime Arcade series. So who knows? I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but we have discussed. And I've sent him the software to do the streams. So who knows in the future? It might happen. And also I've passed word along that there's interest in a Fire Pro World episode. I know we discussed that, I believe, in the chat for last week's stream. Oh, fuck you, Ricky Steamboat. Great babyface my ass. Everyone color coordinated to dye their hair green for this WCW television taping. Referee Batboy. Do I just walk around till he gets tired, maybe? Like, I'm sure at the time there was like revolutionary sound effects, like the crap. Like, I'm sure like game magazines were like, "Oh man, this is the greatest thing ever." I'm gonna give him a move on the floor, the least concrete affected move in professional wrestling. Another suggestion from the chat for next week's game: WWF WrestleMania Challenge, perhaps. I remember that. I believe it sucked less than WWF WrestleMania. So we will see on that. And yes, the PS in Michael Hayes means pray in school. If you don't get Jacob Mertz's reference in the chat, go search Michael Hayes Pray in School. There's a music video on YouTube, as well as a making of the music video. That is wunderbar. Power driver on the floor. The crowd looks like garbled computer code or dirty contacts that comes from Grainy Guy in the chat room. I hope that Grainy Guy is just like a really big fan of mine, and that's why he calls himself that. It's not like, I don't know, a guy who's really into those dog treats that make your dog's teeth better. I don't know. Now watch, it's probably like something really sentimental, and I just pissed Grainy Guy off, like really bad. And good point from Slacks in the chat room. Everything did it in fact suck less than WWF WrestleMania. Like, what is up? Like, I get that, like, these older video games aren't going to have... Oh, here we go. Michael Hayes on drugs again. I get that these sound effects aren't going to be great, but what did they think that body parts sounded like? I kicked out of his finisher. Tokyo Dome finish. Pile driver. Oh, no. Up again. Like, okay, so if you look at the audience on the when you're facing the screen, the right hand side, there are like straight up skeletons in the audience with different colors of hair. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay right here and see if I can just get a bunch of rope breaks. Maybe get a draw out of Michael Hayes. No. Yes. Oh, Michael Hayes figured out my strategy. What a jerk. Referee Turtle without a shell. Counts the fall, and once again I lose. Like, I would love to see the blueprint for this building, this arena that WCW is running in this game, because it looks impossible to like navigate, to like get through. Like, it just looks like it goes up, never ending. Is this game in hell? I believe this game might be set in hell. Oh, there I go, flying out of the ring. ... dive. Michael Hayes is in fact giving me CTE. Oh, I'm gonna do... Oh, I thought I was gonna... Oh, a shoot headbutt! And a completely ineffective Boston Crab on the floor. 17... 19... Oh my god, I'm gonna win! Yes! I won! I won! Ah! How did I do that? That was incredible! Upset of the century! I won a match! I did it! Oh my goodness. I get to wrestle Rick Steiner. Great. Oh no. I'm gonna try to tickle Rick Steiner apparently. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Let's try to at least get a draw so I can... Oh, shoot headbutt. Keep my distance, keep my distance. Oh, and then again, Rick Steiner rocks for brains. That doesn't really affect him too much. I believe my victory just got referred to as cheap in the chat room. There is nothing cheap about winning. The only thing cheap... I'm not going to say it. It is offensive to prostitutes everywhere, so I'm not going to say it. But you know where I'm going, chat. I'm not one of those YouTube gamers. Is this before or after? I'm actually kind of wondering if WCW were ever like, hey, could you get this thing that he draws in his hand that's like a face? And the game creators were like, we can't even get their pants in the game. Yes, a win is a win, Rising Silver Dragon. Thank you. And Rick Steiner has a wrench. Bullcrap. No. Natural Mystic, I am not related to Greg Gagne, nor is Joe Gagne, whose channel this actually is. It is just on loan to me. I normally edit the Funtime Arcade, and I have access to all the YouTube stuff, so we are doing gameplay videos live on YouTube. But I am not Joe Gagne, nor is Joe Gagne. Joe Gagne are not. It's Joe Gagne. Joe Gagne is somebody else, probably. But I've lasted 2 minutes against Rick Steiner, and that's what matters. Why are they wearing the same tights? Said Stephen Emanuel. WCW was losing money at the time. I'm gonna do a move. Up, an ineffective suplex. I'm gonna go for a pin. I got a 1 count. That's seriously the best I've done. I'm getting better at this game. Who says practice doesn't make you better? And yes, Slacks, I know I love Alex. Alex and Robin Green and that whole saga where Rick Steiner was unfortunately willed by the ways of a devilish woman, as Dusty Rhodes would call her. If he were in the company at the time, he wasn't. Oh, fudge. Again, hell of a babyface Ricky Steamboat. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Purple turnbuckles as if this were the WCW Cruiserweight Classic. I will say I am impressed by the amount of detail in these little character select screens. It's much more than I would expect from WCW at the time. I got an email. It is something probably not super legal, so I'm not going to share it with the chat room. I just made it sound like I got drugs emailed to me. It's not. It's a link to something. Again, thank you to everybody who has joined us in the chat on the live stream tonight, or is watching this. If you are watching this later on, and just watching me fail at this game, like after the fact, and you're here this long, congratulations. Like, you have my respect and my curiosity forever. What the heck? Rick Steiner with the Owen Hart jumping wheel kick. Alright then. But again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight here on Wednesday evening for this stream. Second episode of Tom Struggles With. We will be back every Wednesday night around 9 o'clock Eastern is the goal. Join us every week on YouTube. Uncle James in the chat. Love how the victory pose makes everyone look like they have a beer gut. Yes. To their credit, it was the 80s, and it was not the WWE, so most of them did. I just got Rick Steiner's apparently Super Saiyan finisher. Cyan? I don't watch that show, so I'm a superior nerd, you see. Kick out. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, the goal is, as long as I don't mess up things like I did tonight, to be on YouTube streaming, and maybe Twitch in the future, at around 9 p.m. Eastern for at least an hour every week, talking and conversing and playing games with you all. Referee, unborn child. Playing different games, not this game. Probably never this game again in my life. I will probably get rid of this game afterwards. Delete the file, burn the cartridge, do anything in my power to just rid it of the earth, rid the earth of it. Either way, do that in the future. And then next week, let's maybe play a better game. I've seen some awesome suggestions in the chat tonight that I would be so much happier to play than this. Stephen Emmanuel in the chat referencing The Heights on Fox. Still trying to figure out how to talk to an angel. As I power walk across the ropes into a Rick Steiner Dragusa Nagayo dropkick. If you're having fun in the chat, please spread the word. I like to just be overwhelmed. I like to be one of those famous YouTube darlings. What are they? Smosh? Smosh, one of them? My niece likes a bunch of the YouTube stars. There's a show on Disney called Bizarrevark that my kids watch. The YouTubers show up on there. Let's maybe get this famous enough that I can be on Bizarrevark someday. I can do another fighting episode and I show up to, I don't know, teach him how to do Scott Steiner running drop kicks. Oh, no. Oh. Especially, I would love to see the wrestling match or matches that this game was based on. Because it was both incredible in terms of the physics and apparently really, really boring. So I'm going to stay in for about another 10 minutes, play a couple more matches. Just a heads up, because I would like to not be playing this game at some point in my night. In the last minute suggestions for games for next week in the chat room, let me know. I will take them into consideration. I believe Saturday Night Slam Masters and Royal Rumble for sure will be options for next week. We're going to put up the pool price sometime tomorrow and make that bad boy last until Monday morning. See how things go there. Eric Jones commenting that he loved this game and was a sad child. I'm sure the first one's true, and I definitely know the second one is. Need me back on Keep It 2000, says Talon Turner. Are you referring to Brian Mann and Nate Milton's podcast? I don't believe I was ever on there, but I would love to do it. Brian is a dear, dear friend. He bought me a pizza once, and we hung out in his apartment and watched, I believe, an episode of WWE Countdown on the WWE Network, the award-winning WWE Network. So yes, Brian Mann's a dear friend, but Talon, I would love to do the podcast, but I don't believe I've ever been on Keep It 2000. If I was, I might have been asleep. But no, it's a great podcast, and I would love to be on. If you don't know, Keep It 2000 every week, Nate Milton and Brian Maxwell Mann, who every time he tweets it goes to the front page of Reddit, review an episode of WCW Monday Nitro from the year 2000, and it's on the Live Audio Wrestling podcast feed, iTunes, Stitcher, yada yada yada. Eric Jones also says, I need Joe on this show. It is hard because our schedules never match up. I have never been on the Masked Man show either. If you're referring to young Mr. Shoemaker, there's probably a good chance I never will be. A, because I am not a famous enough, and B, because not a big fan. He published a book based off of stuff he read on Wikipedia, so I'm not a big fan of David Shoemaker. But watch, that'll be a thing, like online tomorrow. Like, YouTube streamer accuses David Shoemaker of all this stuff. Which, I mean, it's the truth. Read the book. It's horrible. And like pretty much all of his articles on Bill Simmons' website were the trash worst. But to keep it more positive, yes, I would love to be on Keep It 2000 Talon. But going back to Eric Jones's point, I'd love to be able to get Joe in on this sometime. It's just, again, it's hard because we can't really stream can't really simulcast the screen, and plus I don't know how to like broadcast a Skype conversation or whatever you would need to like simulcast across two different computers, because I live in Indiana and Joe Gagne lives in Massachusetts. And Talon Turner, I used to have a podcast of my own, wrestling wise. It's called Russell Folks. It was kind of a failure. Had a Full House podcast with my wife, Whatever Where You Look. That was a thing. And I've done others. You might have heard me on Between the Sheets with David Bixenspan and Chris Zellner. I've done 3 episodes, including one recently. Looking back, what the hell? It was 1993. We looked back on. We literally just recorded like 6 weeks ago, I believe, and I forgot the subject matter. Also, before I go, for those of you who don't know, back in the month of June, I promoted a charity show to help benefit foster children for a great charity called Together We Rise. The show is called the Dynamite Cup. It is available on SmartMark Video, DVD, MP4, and stream, and as well as available with a Powerbomb.tv streaming membership, $9.99 a month. Some great independent wrestling over there. But what I was getting at is, during that show, we did a battle royal called the Noli Rumble. My son Noli legitimately booked the match. It featured Big Sue Jackson, aka My Name is Sue, of the chat fame. That's why he's throwing out inside jokes. He is a legitimate dear near friend, and he was a member of my 3-year-old son's battle royal. We have shirts that our proceeds go to the charity Together We Rise all year long. You can get those at tinyurl.com/NoliRumbleT. That is tinyurl.com/Noli, N-O-L-I-E, Rumble, T-T-E. That's tinyurl.com/NoliRumbleT. It's on my Twitter at NotThatTomGreen. There's links up there, as well as a picture of the design drawn by the 3-year-old Booker Noli. And if you would like to see the Noli Rumble, featuring chat room member Big Sue Jackson as Uncle James, I can do so again on SmartMark Video or at Powerbomb.tv. I just wanted to throw that out real quick, as I'm once again lost. I believe I'm going to do one more match. I'm going to pick somebody different. Like, that's going to matter, but I'm doing this for my amusement. Fun fact from chat room member Jacob Mertz: Rick Steiner once had the best win-loss record in WWE history. He has since been eclipsed by both Shinsuke Nakamura and El Torito. I need to reset the game because I did not mean to do that. Actually, I can believe El Torito has a better win-loss record than anybody in that company. When you're only wrestling Hornswoggle. I will play as... Let's see. I will play as Dr. Death, the owner of the least successful action figure in WWE history. Thank you, Slacks, for leaving a like. I had fun too, Slacks. Hopefully I will see you next Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, back here in the chat. Why does Dr. Death Williams look like Wolfman Jack? And why is he running around? If you have not done so already, please leave a like. I've been told there's like a tip system. Like, you can tip $1 to have your comment left at the top of the chat room. I don't understand that. I don't get the YouTube technology. I mean, I won't turn down a tip. But I will not, like, outright ask for one, because that's weird. Dr. Death, the Walking Pharmacy. Solid joke from Talon Turner in the chat room. Because you see, Dr. Death was on drugs. Well, he was on marijuana. Like, that's proven. He's on marijuana. He got caught with marijuana in Japan. And yes, James, WLC was way more entertaining than it had any right to be. Seriously, that is like one of the best matches of the past 10 years in WWE. And anyone else who says so can F off. Like, those dudes took crazy bumps. Like, straight up, okay, so the next month, John Cena and Bray Wyatt had a like, last man standing match. And they straight up jacked the match structure from WLC, where like the Usos and the other Wyatt family members got involved, and were taking crazy bumps around this kind of okay match that Cena and Bray Wyatt were having. Go back and watch those two back to back. It's the same frickin' match. No. Brainbuster, no. Get up. Ooh. Up, yes. He's alive. With the power of love. No. 2. Up. And with that, our final match of the evening has ended. Yes, Giant Baba was okay with the ridiculous amount of pills, but not that demon weed. And congratulations to Mega Red 82 for winning the match of the year in Fire Pro Wrestling Returns with Masawa versus Rick Steiner. That being said, I'm going to head out of here. Thank you for the good luck, right as I'm ending the stream, Jason Lesnanowski. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that correctly. So check our Twitter at Joe Gagne FTA. Sometime in the next day or so, I will put up the poll for next week's stream. It will probably be Saturday Night Slam Masters, Royal Rumble, Tecmo World Wrestling, and WCW Super Brawl. That will probably be the 4 for you to pick from, that you can watch me stream next week here 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel. Subscribe if you've not done so already. Leave a like. Those are apparently important. And thank you all so much. Great chat reaction this week. It's fun being with y'all. And I will be back next week. Am I supposed to do Joe's catchphrase, or can I do my own? Can I do a catchphrase of my own? Then thank you, Hexella, for the compliment. Good stream. Hope to see you back next week. Thanks for watching, and remember, a winner is you.